Once upon a time there was a wise old monk who lived in a temple in a small city near the sea. The monk and number 39's favorite thing is to sit on the hallway to watch the ocean waves. And to avoid feeling lonely, he hung a small silver-plated bell on the roof. This bell was hooked to a paper canopy, on which was written a masterpiece poem. When the wind blows on the canopy, it shakes, causing the bell to make a very pleasant sound. There is no shortage of wind here, the sea breeze always blows in. The old monk sat on the hallway, looking at the sea, listening to the clear, soft sound of the bell, smiling pleasantly. Also in this city there was a pharmacist named Mohei. For a long time, he had a lot of bad luck. Whatever work he tried failed, so he was very sad, so sad that he didn't and #39 want to do anything. Too upset, one day he set out to visit an old monk to ask for advice. When he saw the old monk sitting comfortably in the hallway and listening to the gentle sound of the bell, he suddenly woke up, and thought that if he could sit in the hallway and hear the bell like this, he would be extremely happy. He thought for a moment, then asked the monk to lend it to him for just one day. "Why, Don and number 39, I lend it to you," the monk replied kindly. "But Don and number 39, forget to bring it back to me tomorrow morning, because without this bell, I and number 39 am very sad." Mohei respectfully thanked the monk and promised to return the bell tomorrow. Then he went home, hung the bell in the hallway. The ringing of the holy bell made his heart light, his soul lightened, life became so beautiful to him that he danced happily. The next day, it was just dawn and the monk already felt sad. He kept going out into the street to wait for the pharmacist to bring the bell. But Mohei did not come. An hour passed, 2 hours passed, and then at noon the pharmacist also did not come. The monk called young Taro and ordered, "And Quat, run quickly down the street to the pharmacist Mohei and number 39's house. And Quat, he borrowed my little bell and was supposed to return it this morning. I reminded him of his promise. Tell him I and number 39, they've been waiting impatiently to get here." Taro ran to the pharmacist Mohei and #39's house, but just as he reached the pharmacist and number 39's garden, he suddenly stopped, extremely surprised. He heard the bell ringing loudly and the pharmacist was dancing in the garden, waving his sleeves and hems around him. Taro didn't and #39 know what to say to the pharmacist. Then suddenly, he was so happy in his heart that he also danced with him. An hour passed, then 2 hours. The monk still didn't and #39 see the pharmacist return the bell and little Taro didn't and #39 come back either. The old monk shook his head in exasperation, and he became even more sad, so he called his second disciple, the young monk Jiro. He ordered, "Run quickly to the pharmacist Mohei and tell him to bring the silver-plated bell to me. And if you meet Taro on the way, tell him that not fulfilling the task assigned by the master is too humiliating." Jiro tried to run as fast as he could. When he entered the pharmacist and number 39's garden, he heard the ringing of the bell, and he was surprised to see the pharmacist and Taro dancing in the garden. Before Jiro had time to scold Taro for not doing his duty, he was suddenly attracted to the dance and in turn, he forgot everything about the world. An hour passed, then 2. The sun was already setting, But the old monk still did not see the pharmacist coming. Nor did he see any of his 2 disciples appear. The old monk did not know why something like this happened. Suddenly, he felt sadder than ever. When the monk could bear it no more, he put on his sandals and went to the pharmacist and number 39's house. Before entering the garden, the monk heard the sweet sound of his beloved bell ringing and heard the sound of people laughing happily. When he entered, he saw the pharmacist and his 2 disciples holding hands. They jumped right and then left, their faces bright and smiling. The monk shook his head, unable to explain such a strange phenomenon. But this mood of his did not last long. Suddenly the sadness in his heart suddenly disappeared, his legs began to move on their own. Then the monk smiled at the pharmacist. He gave one hand to Taro, the other hand to Diro to hold, and all 4 of them jumped together. Dance together. What happens after that? After that, if you want to know, you and number 39's have to send someone to the pharmacist and number 39's garden. But this person will definitely not return. Because he hears the pleasant sound of bells and sees 4 people dancing in the garden, he will definitely forget everything and join this group of people immediately. Then we have to send a 2nd person, then a 3rd person, and then a 4th person. In the end, the only way for us is to go there ourselves, and then in turn, we will also just dance with them. But that 1 and number 39's work. It and number 39's impossible for everyone to dance. So let and number 39's not send anyone to the pharmacist anymore, and now it would be wiser to go to bed. Thank you for joining us for today's fairy tale. We hope these stories bring joy and meaning to your day. If you love our channel, please hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any exciting tales. Wishing you a good night and sweet dreams. See you in the next story.